guys, welcome to another top list, top 20 in this case. Welcome to my top 20 favourite Universal movies. I've done a few top 10 lists for favourite movies from certain studios, like I've done 20th Century Fox Studios, I've done Warner Brothers, New Line Cinema, MGM, and now it's time for Universal's turn. I'm wearing my Universal t-shirt that I got for my birthday to celebrate it, and Universal is another one of the big studios right up there with Disney, DreamWorks, Paramount, and so on. So decided to do a top 20 for this one because there's so many great Universal films to talk about, and I'm not going to do honorable mentions because there's about like 50 or something. So let's just get right into my top 20 favorites. Coming number 20 is... No. That film right there, Scarface. Scarface is a great fucking movie with Al Pacino as Tony Montana, as a Cuba refugee who arrives penniless in Miami during Mareo boat lift and becomes a drug lord. Brian De Palma did a great job of directing this movie. It's brilliantly executed and it's one of my favourite Al Pacino movies. It's also one of his most iconic films as well. Very controversial movie when it came out, but now it's considered one of the best gangster films ever made, and it's for a reason. Say hello to my little friend. Anyways, number 19 is Forgetting Sarah Marshall. One of my favourite comedies and one of my favourite movies about getting over a heartbreak. Jason Segel, Kristen Bell, Russell Brand, Mila Kunis are all good in this film. I like the story about this guy who just broke up with his girlfriend, and then he goes to Hawaii for a vacation to move on with his life. But when he goes there, the woman he broke up with is there with her new boyfriend. Really funny film, has some raunchy moments, it's got a lot of heart to it, and definitely one of my favourite Nicholas Stoller movies. And speaking of Nicholas Stoller, number 18 is Neighbours. Neighbours is such a hilarious movie about a couple who are adjusting to life with their new baby daughter, but things get difficult when a fraternity lead moves into next door as their neighbour. Seth Rogen and Zac Efron are both really great in this film. And what's her name? Rose Byrne is also decent at it. There's a lot of crazy and funny moments, and I really enjoy this movie. Anyways, number 17 is one of my all-time favourite comedies, Happy Gilmore. Definitely one of my favourite Adam Sandler movies as well, where he plays an unsuccessful ice hockey player who finds out that he's good at golf. Such a funny movie. I also enjoy Julie Bowen in this movie, along with Christopher McDonald, Ben Stiller, and even Carl Weathers, rest in peace, and even a small role from Bob Barker, rest in peace as well. I think the golf scenes are fun to watch, and overall, I love Happy Gilmore. Definitely one of my favourite of the good Adam Sandler movies. Number 16 is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Love this movie, especially with the way it adapted the graphic novel to the big screen. I really love this movie, but I really wish this movie did better at the box office. I hate that it bombed because I guess it's because the Expendables made more money for some reason, but this one's amazing. It's a great story about a musician who tries to win a competition to get a record deal with battling the exes of his new girlfriend. Edgar Wright wrote and directed this movie perfectly. The whole cast is great. You got Michael Cera, Kieran Culkin, Chris Evans, Anna Kendrick, Brie Larson, Bill Hader, Aubrey Plaza, Mae Whitman, Jason Schwartzman, and Brendan Ruth. The soundtrack is awesome. It's just so good. Number 15 is Violent Night. Another awesome movie. Definitely one of my favourite Christmas action movies. Right up there with Die Hard. Love how it felt like Die Hard meets Home Alone, meets Miracle on 34th Street, but with Santa Claus and a little girl. David Harbour is really badass as Santa Claus. I think John Leguizamo is awesome as the villain. The action is engaging, and it's definitely another film that I would rewatch during the Christmas season. So, yeah, love Violent Night. Number 14 is The Breakfast Club. Definitely one of my all-time favourite coming-of-age teen movies, and my favourite John Hughes movie, right up there with Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Great movie about just 5 teenagers who are in detention on a weekend and hanging out with each other and learning about each other. So good. Don't you forget about me. Anyways, number 13 is one of my favourite Don Bluth movies, The Land Before Time. The Land Before Time is an amazing animated movie directed by Don Bluth himself. This and like my number 12, I think the only two Don Bluth movies distributed by Universal. But this is a terrific movie about just young dinosaurs. I love the characters such as Littlefoot, Petrie, Spike, Ducky. The music is brilliant. It's a great adventure film too. The scene where Littlefoot's mother dies is such a sad scene, but I know they also made a bunch of sequels, which I honestly, believe it or not, have not seen. Maybe I'll watch them one day to do a ranking, maybe, but the first one is just so great. Anyways, number 12 is An American Tail. Another great animated Don Bluth movie, really heartwarming film as well, with a good story about a young mouse called Fievel who trying to find his family. I'm always rooting for Fievel, especially during his adventure. The animation is spectacular. I love the other characters, including the villain Warren T. Rat. Love the music again, and the scene where he finally gets to reunite with his family is such a touching and powerful scene, and I love American Tail. It's such a great film. And continuing on with animation, number 11 is Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish. Yes, this is a DreamWorks animation film, but Universal distributes DreamWorks animation films from 2019 onwards, starting with How to Train Your Dragon 3, but so it still counts. But great sequel to Puss in Boots, which was a good movie and a good prequel spin-off to the Shrek films. This one's even better. Love how it takes place after Shrek Forever After. I love how it combines like computer animation with hand-drawn stylized animation. I even enjoy the new characters such as Perito, Goldilocks, Mama Bear, Papa Bear, Baby Bear, and even the villain Death, and also Ethical Bug. It's definitely the best film in the Shrek franchise since Shrek 2, and I love it. Anyways, number 10 is Oppenheimer. Already talked about this movie in my top 25 favourite movies list, so I don't need to say much else other than it's very well directed by Christopher Nolan. It's got breathtaking cinematography, amazing performances from all the cast, and I love everything about it. Number 9 is The Blues Brothers. Love The Blues Brothers. It's a really great musical film. Both John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd are fantastic in this movie. It's also got some great performances as well from some of the greatest musicians ever, like Aretha Franklin, Ray Charles, and James Brown. It keeps going as well for fast pace until we end up in prison. Comedy, musical numbers, action sometimes. What else can you ask for? Yeah. Anyways, number 8 is John Carpenter's The Thing. Definitely my favourite John Carpenter movie, right up there with Halloween, and one of my favourite horror movies. It's got great characters, awesome practical effects. The premise about this thing that could go into people's bodies. That's a great premise, and these characters during isolation in Antarctica is very mysterious. It's very scary. It's intense. Kurt Russell and Keith David are both fantastic in this movie, and it's definitely one of my favorites. Number 7 is the Despicable Me franchise. All of Illumination films are distributed by Universal, so this and my number 6 are like, I had to put on this list as well, but such a funny franchise that I just personally can't get enough of. I'm going with pretty much all of them, even the 2 Minions movies. I don't care what you say about them as characters. I think they are hilarious characters, but I also enjoy Gru as a character. I like his relationship with the 3 girls, Margot, Edith, and Agnes. And I do look forward to Despicable Me 4 this summer, so yeah. Number 6 is the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2023. Definitely one of the best video game movie adaptations. I don't care if critics wanted it to be deep like a Pixar film. I think Illumination did a good job by just simply making it a fun and good Mario movie that's way better than the one from the 90s, from 1993, which was awful. This one is way more superior. It's super fun, has great voice acting, and I look forward to the sequel in 2026. Anyways, number 5 is the Fast and the Furious franchise. Got a poster on the first one right there, but I'm just going to go with all of them, even if there's like 10 films now and 1 spin-off, but I enjoy these high-octane action car racing movies. I always enjoy the adventures of Dominic Toretto and the gang, and some might say it's an odd choice, but I don't care. I love the Fast and the Furious movies, and I look forward to the next one. Anyways, number 4 is that film right there, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. One of my favorite Steven Spielberg movies. A lot of his films were distributed by Universal. I've always loved this movie. It's a terrific sci-fi coming-of-age story just about a boy who becomes friends with an alien. Love the beautiful John Williams score. The ending is so perfect. Who doesn't love E.T.? Anyway, speaking of Spielberg, number 3 is Jaws. Another brilliant Steven Spielberg movie. It's the ultimate shark film, one of the best monster movies, but it's also about the characters. Like you got Martin Brody, Matt Hooper, and Quint, all played by Roy Schneider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw. All 3 of them hunted down this shark. Again, Spielberg's direction is top-notch. The score by John Williams is haunting, and it started the summer blockbuster trend. Anyways, number 2 is, of course, that film over there, Jurassic Park. Already talked about this movie in my top 25 favorite movies list, so I don't need to say a lot other than it's one of my favorite Steven Spielberg movies. I love the performances by Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and Richard Attenborough. The practical effects are amazing. The score is one of the best John Williams scores I've ever heard. And it's the ultimate definition of a great dinosaur movie. But anyways, number 1 is just a quick one. That film over right there, Back to the Future. Kind of obvious since it's my favourite movie. Don't need to talk about it other than since I've talked about it plenty of times on this channel, which means I have nothing new to say other than watch some of my other favourite videos, including my last video, my top 25 favourite movies, and that it's my favourite Universal movie. So, yeah, that's it. So yeah, those are my top 20 favourite Universal movies. So in the comments below, tell me, what are your favourite Universal movies? Give me your top 20, top 10, whatever. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Be sure to share with others, and don't forget to comment. And thanks for watching, and may the force be with you.